Hi guys, this is Josephine, and thank you for watching Modern Mystics. Today I'm going to be answering some questions with my tarot cards. I've got my Ethereal Vision Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes, and I'm just going to be answering a few questions for you guys. The first question is from Laurie. She's age 46, and she's asking, will my new business venture be successful? So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull a card to see if it's going to be successful on the path that it's on right now, and if it's a no, then I'm going to pull another card and just see what she can do to kind of get that business back on track. Alright, let's see if any cards jump out. Queen of Pentacles, that is a good sign, Laurie. I think that your business is going to be successful. The path that you're on right now, you've done a good job of saving money. You've done a good job kind of setting things up so that they're going to be all ready for you to plant seeds and grow your new business. And you have been doing a good job just like getting ready for it, and so since you've got that strong foundation, I believe that your business venture is going to be successful. So I'm not going to pull another card, just keep doing what you're doing. Alright, we've got one from Paulette. She is also 46. It says, for the longest time I've been passionate about being outdoors and exercise. Ever since I got sick a few months ago, I've lost my drive. Why do I feel like I can't motivate myself? Alright, let's see what's going on with Paulette. And also let me just say, you know, tarot, it can help you to determine what's going on with your body and what's going on kind of with your mind, but you also need to see a real health professional. Don't just take our word for it. Go to a real health professional, get checked out. Don't just depend on the cards and stuff, because they can tell you what's going on, but it's not necessarily going to fix the problem. So you've got to be active with that. If you're really not feeling good, go to a doctor if you are able to. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what's going on. So, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about kind of being overly guarded and over protective of maybe yourself after something bad happens. So I could definitely see this being kind of, maybe it's a mental thing as well as a physical thing, like you don't want to get sick again maybe, and so you're trying to protect yourself, but by protecting yourself you're kind of like not doing anything, you're just protecting yourself, you're not kind of like getting back up after you've fallen, and you might just be like too, like there's an underlying fear there now. Or it might just be that your body hasn't totally recovered. It might be that your immune system still needs time to heal. You still need time to get back on your feet. And that might be why. You might need to just like actually let yourself rest. Don't worry about getting back out there. And then once you're ready, get back out there. Don't wait too long. But maybe you're still healing. Let's pull one more card, see if we can get some clarification on that one. The Lovers. So it might even be related to someone else. There might be another person, or it might be related. I know that the Lovers rules things that you have two of. So it could be your lungs, or it might be your shoulders, or it might be something that you have two of, and that's the reason. Maybe you're like short of breath, and so you're tired all the time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe your legs are still healing. I'm not sure exactly what you got sick with, but it might have something, or it may be something that someone that you're in a relationship with, maybe they are kind of holding you back and trying to encourage you to heal rather than get back out there. But I don't think that would get rid of your passion. So I'm really not, I would say look into it. look into it maybe with a doctor. It might have something related to, like, you might be having fatigue as like a after effect of whatever you got sick with. I hope that answered your question. Alright, so we've got Tim, and Tim is 27, and he says, I think my girlfriend is going to make a terrible decision. How should I deal with it? Ooh, a terrible decision. Alright, well, let's look and see. Let's look and see. I'm not going to look and see what the terrible decision is related to. Maybe we'll just look and see how Tim should deal with it. Eight of Wands. Maybe you feel like you need to hold back, but this kind of would, if this is what you should do, you need to move more quickly. You need to be more proactive. And maybe you haven't told her that you consider this to be a terrible decision. So if you're just sitting back and kind of waiting to see how it turns out, maybe you need to be proactive and at least tell her how you feel about it, that it's a terrible decision, so you at least know that you're both on the same page. It also could mean just moving on, moving into the future, so you may need to move on. If you really are disagreeing with her decisions, maybe she's not the one for you. Maybe you've got to move on, and do so quickly. I don't know what the terrible decision is, so, but I do believe that you need to move on very quickly, or you need to let her know very quickly that you think this is a terrible decision. That is my advice to you, Tim. Yeah, act fast. Act now. Alright, I hope that answers your question, Tim. I'm going to move on to Eloise. Eloise is 31 years old, and she's asking, will we get back together? I am just going to do a straight up yes or no for this one. Will we get back together? See if any cards jump out. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups I see as being a yes. I see this as being you will get back together. It, however, also can mean new things, new emotions, so if you don't get back together, you will find someone else very quickly who will be a better emotional match for you. Ace of Cups is new emotional mindsets, new connections for your heart. So if you do get back together, it will be on kind of new terms. You'll kind of be stepping out on the right foot instead of on the wrong foot. Or you will get together with someone new who will be better for you. This is a very positive card. Just hold on for the future. Things will get better. Ace of Cups is a great sign. Alright. I hope that answers your question, Eloise. I'm going to go on to Paul, who is 31. He says, my girlfriend wants to move to a new town. Should I go with her? Alright, now let's see how... Yeah, let's just ask, should I go with her? Should Paul go with her? Oh. So the Death card jumped out. This kind of suggests to me no. I'll pull another card, because Death can mean ending a chapter and moving on. But since it was should I go with her, I don't think it's about ending an old chapter. I kind of think it's more about no. I kind of think it's more of a no, don't go with her. But I'm going to pull a card for it. Just, that's the card that jumped out. So we'll see. But Death usually suggests endings. Alright. The Devil. This is a no. I'm gonna just say it. I think it's a no. I don't believe that you should move with her. I, for some reason, get the feeling she's not even as committed to moving as maybe she's suggesting she is. But I believe that these are two pretty clear no's when you get them together and you're just asking yes or no. I believe this is a no. So, don't move. That's my advice to you. Don't move. If you do move, do it on your own terms. But not in this situation, I don't think. I hope that answers your question, Paul. Alright, let's move on to Ariel. Ariel is 40, and she's asking, will my children grow up to be happy, confident, and independent adults? That's a nice question. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a yes or no. If it is a no, I'm going to pull some more cards to show how we can kind of get to a path where they do grow up to be happy, confident adults. We want your children to grow up to be the best people that they can be. And so I have a good feeling about this one. So don't worry. Either way, we're going to find out what we need to do here. Alright. Let's see. Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords is usually a no. But let's pull one more card, see if we can get some clarification on that. Three of Wands. So, Three of Wands combined with Ten of Swords. This might mean that there's a little too much planning going on. Maybe maybe you're over planning their lives a little bit, and they might be a little bit exhausted. Maybe that is the issue. Let me pull another card and see what you need to do to kind of get things back on track. Because I do think we can kind of fall into a trap of thinking, if we plan out our children's lives and we try to do everything we can, we'll definitely make sure that they turn out a certain way. And I don't think that that's the case every time. I think sometimes you just kind of have to emotionally be there. So the card I got as advice is Wheel of Fortune. I think you need to introduce a little more spontaneity and a little more kind of just letting things happen into your children's lives. Because if you're doing too much planning, they're going to see you focused on the plan, they're not going to see you focused on them. And you need to kind of turn your focus a little bit more to what they want. And if they just want to be kids, kind of just let them be kids. Don't make them go everywhere that they need to go and sign up for every single class that they need to sign up for. Try to just let them do what they want to do some of the time. I think that if you do that, you're going to let them make more choices on their own. They'll learn how to make choices on their own, and that way they will grow up to be better prepared adults. I think that's kind of what this is suggesting, that they can grow up to be happy, confident adults, but they're going to need a little more freedom to make their own choices and make their own plans. That's what I think. I think that if you let them have a little more freedom, they're going to grow up to be happy, confident adults. I hope that answered your question, Ariel. Tried to say answer and Ariel at the same time. I'm going to move on to Jean. Jean is 29, and she says, my neighbors are pretty annoying. How should I deal with them? Annoying neighbors. Alright, let me see. How should you deal with the annoying neighbors? Someone recently asked if their neighbors would move out soon. So let's look and see if these neighbors are going to move out soon on their own, because that would be, I'm sure, great news. Let's see. Will the neighbors move out soon? The Empress. The Empress is a pretty clear yes. I have a feeling they're going to move out soon, so you won't have to deal with them as much anymore anyways. But let's pull another card just to see if there's something you can do now to kind of lower the annoyance levels. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a very creative card. It's a very sensitive card. Trying to decide how this would translate to this. You may just need to let them know. Maybe write them like a cute little note and maybe make them some food or maybe not food, but maybe like some little gift or like a nice little card and say like, hey, you're being too loud. Could you be less loud? And then draw like a cute little smiling heart next to it. Just be creative in your approach towards them and be sensitive to them. I don't think an approach of like banging on the door and being like, be quiet. I don't think that's gonna work. I feel like if you react to them with any kind of like aggression, they're gonna come back with more aggression. So my advice is be sensitive with your approach. You're likely to catch more flies with honey than vinegar, if that saying applies here. Yeah, I think that is kind of, if you do contact them, be sensitive about it, be creative with it, and don't kind of come with any type of hard-hitting, blunt attack. And they should be gone soon anyways. Alright, I hope that answers your question, Jean. I'm going to move on to Genevieve. Genevieve is 27, and she asks, is my ankle broken or just sprained? What should I do? Let's see. Again, this is something, if your ankle is really hurting, you should go to a doctor. If you have the ability to, you should go to a doctor. I'll try and see. Ankle broken or just sprained? I'm just going to ask, is the ankle broken? And then if we get yes or no, then we'll kind of move on from there. Because if I say broken or sprained, it's not going to say like, it's broken. So we'll say, is it broken? Two of Cups. Two of Cups, that's a weird one, because Two of Cups is kind of like, maybe. So that's not good. Let's pull another one to see if we have something a little more specific. It could be a yes. And Three of Pentacles. So maybe you broke it at work. These together, I kind of think it's a yes. I kind of think maybe it's fractured. That's, for some reason, that's what I'm getting, is maybe it's fractured. Like, it's not broken, it's also not sprained. It's not completely broken, but it might be like a little bit broken. Go to the doctor. I would say you should go to the doctor. Get it checked out. Because if it is a fracture, sometimes fractures heal on their own, but I know that definitely on the ankle, that could be like you're straining it every day, and so it's just not getting the chance to get well, but it's not totally broken, so you don't want to like put too much strain on it and then break it. I'm getting the vibe that it's fractured. So go to the doctor, Genevieve, or get a little cast or something. Alright, I hope that answers your question. I hope your ankle gets better. Alright, we're gonna move on to Monique, who is 30 years old. And she says, I've been offered a new job, should I take it? So let's see. Yes or no, should you take this new job? A lot of shuffling today. Alright. Six of Pentacles. So this, I would say, is a yes. It's definitely a good sign for money. You might be getting a job at a bank or at a charity of some kind. If so, I think this is a good option. This is kind of giving money, being generous as well as getting money. So it might be a kind of, like, it's good for you, but you can also feel good about working there. It might be something that deals with working with children or working with, like, impoverished people. Or it could be, like, lending, like money lending. I think yes. I think you should take that job. I think that that is a good sign, and I get a good feeling off of that. Like, you'll feel more fulfilled in your job as well. Alright, I hope that answers your question, Monique. I'm going to move on to Cassandra. Cassandra is 38, and she said, what is in store for my husband given his recent doctor's visit? Alright, so let me see. So, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, I think, is a good sign. Maybe he can look forward to healing a little more quickly. It might be a little bit strenuous. Like, he's not really, like, it's not necessarily going to be easy, but it will go quickly. Like, I know all the knights kind of, they move forward very quickly. This is the fire knight. He might be a fire sign. But I think that it is going to be healing quickly. Let me look at one more card just to kind of clarify that. Alright. Oh, card jumped out. Four of Pentacles. So, Four of Pentacles is kind of a savings card. And a kind of sturdy foundation. I think what it kind of says to me is that his immune system is good enough that he'll be able to heal. He's not necessarily feeling good yet, but he will get better. Just like try to heal and try not to do too much. Try to just focus on getting better and focus on saving money. Maybe you may need another doctor's visit, but I do see that he's going to get better. But you might need to save some money just because it might be expensive. There may be like a medication that is expensive, but if it has to do with just him, I would say he's coming from a pretty secure place, and so he's going to be okay. All right. I think that is all that one. I hope that answers your question, Cassandra. Let's see. Okay, Amber. Amber, she is 42, and she says, my father recently passed. Is he happy? All right, let's look at that. So I guess, is he happy sort of in the afterlife? Let's look at that one. So it looks like Five of Pentacles. So maybe he is kind of sad, but in a way, maybe he just misses you. Like, maybe he wishes he could still be with you. And let me pull another card just to see if I can clarify that. Because it is a kind of a card that kind of says, like, struggling with the cold. And I don't want to leave on that note. Because I do get the vibe that it's just still wishes that he could be here with you type of vibe. Yeah. So Nine of Cups as well. So I want to say that he's content with his life on Earth. But he does miss you, and maybe he wishes he had done more with you. But that's natural, I would think. I would think that it would be natural to have, you know, people that you miss back on Earth and everything. And then Nine of Cups, you know, still at the same time he's content and lived a full life and, you know, is happy and isn't like lacking for anything, but probably does still have like people that he misses. That's the vibe that I get off of it. So he recently passed. Is he happy? I wouldn't say that he's like jumping for joy. He probably misses you, but he's okay and he's content. And I hope that answers your question, Amber. Let me see. And then I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. I think I have time for a couple more. This person says, this is Essie. She's 30. And she says, should I tell my boyfriend I want to marry him? I don't want to scare him away. Okay. Let me see. Because I think, you know, if you do want to get married, we can at least look and see maybe if you should tell him now or if you should wait to tell him. Because I don't know how early it is in the relationship. Sometimes if you ask real early in the relationship, it might scare them away. So let's see if you should sort of wait or if you should go ahead and do it. Let's look. Nine of Pentacles. I think Nine of Pentacles suggests you should go for it. Nine of Pentacles suggests that you've kind of put in the work and you're now ready to reap the reward. Not to say that like marriage is a reward or a trophy or something, but I think that, you know, you've put the work into the relationship. You know each other well. You've done things together. You've like traveled together probably, and you know each other. It's like a full relationship at this point, and nines are like the culmination of something. So yeah, I would say go ahead and ask him. He probably is thinking about the same thing. Yeah, I don't think you probably should wait. I think you probably have put your work in, and you know, it's a solid relationship, and I don't think that it would be out of bounds. I don't think you should be scared away by that. If it really like is the Nine of Pentacles, like it's a full relationship, I think you shouldn't be scared away. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Essie. Let me answer one more question. I'll answer one more. So Todd, who is 29, he says, I've hit a plateau with my writing and is struggling to get going. What should I do? All right. So this is kind of how you can jumpstart your creativity, how you can jumpstart your inspiration, and sometimes it's just as easy as like even just focusing on the tarot card that ends up being pulled can give you the inspiration that you need to kind of get going again. So let's see. Five of Wands. So Five of Wands, it looks like a bunch of guys fighting, but it can also be brainstorming. So it's kind of messy, it's kind of not organized, it's kind of different sides of you clashing with each other maybe. Really just like sit down with a piece of paper, write down a bunch of ideas. Doesn't matter if they go together at first. That's how you kind of get the brain going in a creative way. If you try and be too focused and too linear and too first draft is going to be the last draft, that's not going to help you in this case. In this case, you're really going to need to kind of get into the more freeform. And you could even write out people discussing things with each other, or having a debate, or having an argument, and writing from those different perspectives might get you in a more creative brain space. I think that's kind of what you need to focus on, is giving yourself a few different perspectives to write from, and you can base those on other people, you can base those on, you know, characters and books. Just like in that brainstorming session, just kind of let your brain fight it out with some characters, and then you'll probably end up with something that takes you, it's a good jumping off point, and then you'll be all ready to write again. And I think I'm going to stop there. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the good questions. I hope that I was able to shed some light on it for you. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your week. And so I'm going to sign off. Bye, you guys.